We're not being recorded.
Well, it said like you got to pay for premium to get the stream recorded. Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? We got Soulless Trenchcoat here joining me, your boy Grief, on a SummerSlam review. We're going to be reviewing nights 1 and 2 of this year's SummerSlam, and I wanted to apologize to you guys and also Trenchy for taking so damn long to finish this show. I watched it in basically parts and took me forever to finally finish it. But last weekend when SummerSlam happened, it was insanely busy for me, and it was like you got to dedicate your Saturday and your Sunday to watching the show because it starts real early. If it wouldn't have started real early, I could have caught the whole show. But it starts at 6 o'clock, which is like right in the middle of the day. So I don't mind it because you're not up till 2 a.m. watching it. Personally, I don't care. I'm up till 7 a.m. usually, anyways. But I know a lot of people didn't like being up that long, but I'm like, it's kind of right in the middle of the day. They start this long pay per view, and I just wish they would fix that. But um, anyways, we're here and we're going to be talking about SummerSlam. Trenchy, thank you so much for joining me, man, in this
Oh,
discussion. I appreciate it.
thanks for having me. Yeah, it's gonna be it. It's always fun talking wrestling and shit.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. It's been a minute. I don't remember the last, 'cause I didn't do, I was going to do a review on Night of Champions. Ended up not happening. I don't review the Saturday night's main events. I just don't. And
Yeah.
I can't
Hey,
remember what
Brian.
the last one was. I gotta get the chat pulled up. Yeah, we got Brian here. What's up? I understand, Brian. I understand. We'll get you in here. We're talking about boxing. But
Dude.
yeah, SummerSlam has always been one of my personal favorite pay per views. I've always been really, it's always been one of the big ones I catch each and every year. However, with this one, I really didn't feel any hype in the build up. And even last year, I
Mhm.
didn't as much either. But last year, I felt like it had a bit more. This one, I'll be honest, I wasn't really hyped at all for this pay per view. Um, I appreciate it, Brian. You have a good night. Take care, man.
You
Uh,
too. Ah.
I just feel like this year's SummerSlam didn't have the best build. I mean, how did you feel going into the SummerSlam, Trench? I didn't think it was that good of a
Uh.
build heading into this show.
There was some storylines I was interested in, but here's the problem with the builds, and I think someone brought up a good point. We have like 2 to 3. We have at least 2 main pay-per-views a month. So that means 2 weeks of pay-per-view. How the fuck do you build to a pay-per-view in 2 weeks?
I don't
So I
know.
think that's
I
the
don't know.
that's the problem here. Is we have less build now. I don't even remember last year's. Actually, last year's SummerSlam had some bangers, Gunther and Damien. But I do think the build was weak. I think they salvaged some of it. There was Grande's in the chat, but yeah, they salvaged some of it. But then there were, my opinion. There were some matches that I'm like, oh god, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
What's up,
I
Grande?
do think the build was mid. There was stuff I was excited about, like Charlotte and Alexa. You know how I feel about that story, and there was other ones like the triple threat. But I would say the build for all of those could have been better. Like, who do you think had the best build going into this SummerSlam?
Honestly, the best build was the Jelly Roll match because
Yeah.
they were fighting on TV and everything, and him and Logan actually had a pretty decent rivalry. It was only a couple weeks, but they did everything they could. They had the best build leading up to this fucking SummerSlam, and I figured matches like CM Punk and Gunther and Lyra and Becky would have that kind of build, like because those are big grudge type matches. But with Jelly Roll and Logan, and of course Randy and Drew being drug in, I feel like it may not be my favorite build, but there was more effort put into the celebrity match, than really any
Yeah.
other match on this card.
Dude, they were destroying drum sets and shit. Like it was fun. They were destroying like the music stuff. I like that was actually a pretty good build because yeah, Lyra and Becky. Yes, you could say, oh, they've been building to this all year, and it's like baby, but it's like I don't know the build to this one's match specifically. We have Lyra like, look at my big shoes, and it's like, what the?
Terrible.
You were doing good with your promos. What the fuck are you
They had
giving
to
her?
edit that fucking promo because of how bad
Yeah,
it was. You said you got to
they
edit the
added.
version.
Yeah, I was watching it on YouTube and I'm like, this isn't that bad. And then I saw somebody recording it, and then I'm like, oh my god, they didn't have this part. What is this? And she's like doing an Irish jig. I'm like, what are you doing? Play
Oh,
to her strengths. This is not her strengths. Stop.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely bad build, especially for that rivalry. Because they've been dragging it out for a minute, and I feel like it kind of started fine. It started fine,
Mhm.
and then, like most of these long rivalries, it just gets drug out a bit too much. And at the end of the day, there's only one person that benefited from it, and that's Becky. So I just feel like even though there was times where, and especially in this match, she did have moments where she made Lyra look good. I just think at the end of the
Mhm.
day, what's next for Lyra? She's lost what twice
There,
now to Becky.
I feel like they're gonna, and I hope they don't. But and I know Grande's saying the crowd treat her like a heel and stuff, but I feel like from that altercation with Bailey, they either gonna turn Bailey heel again or they're gonna turn Lyra heel, and I'm like, I don't see the point in turning Lyra heel. I don't understand how we got to the like who thought this was a good
Well,
idea.
it always happens. It's always when a babyface isn't doing well. Instead of fixing things, they go, "Well, the fans don't like her, so let's just turn them heel."
Well,
And I
I
don't really like how they do that all the time.
I feel like this program was helping Lyra get a little better. Yes, the big shoes promo, but that should have never been done. Just don't put her in big shoes. The rest of her they're not amazing, but like she was getting better, I feel like she was getting better. There were some good promos she had. Maybe not excellent promos, but like they were not like before where they were just bland. And yeah, I feel like what's the point of this program if we're not gonna help Lyra? And then Becky's over here. She's gonna bury Maxine Dupree on a Raw instead of making that the next program to help Maxine Dupree. No, she's gonna fight her on a random Raw, and the champion, the fucking pay per view match is gonna go to Nikki Bella. What the fuck? Who wants to see Nikki
Who
Bella go?
Nobody
Sorry.
fucking cares about Nikki Bella, man. She may get a slight reaction from the crowd, but at the end of the day, really nobody. Has she really done much and she's come back? And like, I just think like I don't know how the fuck she became number one contender. I could have sworn she lost recently, so I don't know how she got that
No, that
contender.
that promo battle was fucking awful. I'm sorry to go off script a bit, but that promo battle, I mean off topic, but that promo battle was fucking terrible, dude. Fucking, oh god.
Absolute garbage. That Monday
But,
Night Raw was bad. It was just bad. The
yeah,
whole Raw was terrible.
I'm like, and then we had a back segment with Becky and Dupree. I'm like, that's good. Why don't we focus on that? I'm more interested in that. And Nikki Bella over here being like, you're burying talent. Like, shut the. What are you doing, bitch?
Nikki,
Get
didn't
out of
you
here.
bury talent?
Yeah,
Damn
she's
hypocrite.
like, you're burying talent, Becky. And Becky's like, I stole your role in Happy Gilmore too. And I'm like, that didn't happen. What the fuck are we doing? I'm in that movie. It's like,
Is
Jesus Christ.
one of the most bizarre fucking promos I've heard for sure.
It's fucking shit. It's fucking shit. Dude, her and Io Sky could be interesting as a match. Now, I don't want Lyra to turn heel, but I feel like that's what they're gonna do.
They could. I feel like they're moving Io down to the mid card for a while. She may win a women's IC title down the road. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I think um, either Lyra or it would be one of the Kabuki Warriors that she would feud with for a while. I think they're going to keep Io down the mid card for a while.
I think her and Rhea are gonna come back around because that's a good story, and I'm fine with any Io and Rhea match at this point. They can do no wrong. They can do no wrong.
Have her go for Yulia's title. What's up, Ben? Maybe. I mean, look, I was gonna say the whole well, she's on Raw, but honestly, the fucking brand split doesn't really mean anything anymore. It's there, it exists, but it doesn't really mean anything. They try to say it does, but like I was telling Trenchy before we went live, almost all the people they called up to the main roster and like switched around the roster are either fired, injured, or just no one cares. Like
Hmm.
none of them made it. Like Carmelo, even him, like even him is not. Even he is not him right now. You know what I mean?
No,
But
he's hanging out with the Miz for some reason.
yeah, it's just bad. But we can go ahead and get started here on SummerSlam if you want to, because we have a pretty interesting match to start with. I thought it was interesting
Yeah.
they would start this show off with this match. They're
Oh,
going to have a draft by the end
yeah.
of. Yeah, I don't think it's going to do anything though. But I think the drafts are just going to be useless, man. They're not. They just don't really
The
do anything with them.
I can do the draft right now. This guy's gonna stay on SmackDown. This guy's gonna stay on Raw. Some guy from
NXT call
NXT is
up.
gonna come up. We're never gonna hear from them again. Like that's what it is. Unless you're like Tiffany Stratton and you get lucky. Unless you're Tiffany Stratton, dude,
Mm-hmm.
or like a Lyra Valkyria. Although look at what they did to Lyra. My bad.
Yep. Yeah, it's fucking crazy how useless the fucking brand split. That was one of my favorite things, and it's just useless now. But starting off SummerSlam, the first match of the night of night one, I was really surprised they had this at match one. I honestly thought Sammy and Karrion were going to open the show, to be honest, because of how much momentum they had going into this show. I thought they were going to give Karrion a favor. Okay, well, we'll have you open the show with Sammy. It's a rivalry that's been lasting for a while. I figured that would be a good start of the show, but we have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And I don't really remember a lot from this match. I don't think I despise it or anything. I just think I'm
It's
not going to
fine.
remember it in a month. You know, like to me, it's got its moments. I think there's times where some of the dives to the outside is cool. Some of the power moves. I think Braun Breaker did fine the match. I thought Bronson did pretty good. Jay was Jay. And I think Roman, he had a scary spot where he like almost fell on his head. So I'm glad he's okay because he went to do a dive on the outside and Braun and Bronson didn't catch him. They kind of slipped him. So yeah, it was crazy because Roman almost rotated the wrong way and landed on his head. So I'm glad Roman's all right. But yeah, I just didn't think it was that good of a match. I mean, it was just kind of slow, boring, no build to it. The build sucked if
Mm-hmm.
there was any. I'm tired of Roman Reigns getting brung back in tag team matches, just like I'm getting tired of them just, oh, we have people that we don't know how to do a storyline with right now. Let's just throw them in a tag match and call it a day. Like, it's such lazy booking to me, and they keep doing it over and over again. And with Roman, I don't remember the last fucking singles match he was in. They just keep bringing him back at random times and putting him in multi-man matches. So yeah, I don't know. I just didn't think it was a very good match. It's not one of my least favorites. It's just one that I think is going to be forgotten. You know. So what's your thoughts on it, man?
It was there. I mean, it was there. You know, going into this match, I just didn't care. I mean, I like Roman now. Jay, I want to like Jay, but he makes it really hard.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Roman and Cody's about to go away, so that's interesting that they made him champ again. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I mean, I like the shit talking in it. There was fun shit talking. I like the spear for the barricade. I like how they're showing Roman has changed as a character. How he kept pulling Jay out of the way and protecting Jay. I like that subtle little bit of storytelling. and they had some cool spots. I mean, it was a fine match. The only things I'm gonna really remember is Roman's like probably character work, but like and him getting his them pushing his character forward, character development. But it had some good spots, but it's nothing I'm really excited. I don't think it's the weakest match on the card by far. I think there's at least 3 weaker matches than this, but it's fine. It was okay.
I just can't recall anything from it. There's a lot of big names in that match, and I just can't recall, other than a couple of spots where Bronson dove to the outside, or Braun did a few power moves that I thought looked cool. Roman did a dive to the outside, which was pretty dangerous, but he ended up being okay.
And
I can't remember really anything that happened in that match.
I feel like they wrote themselves in a corner, because you can't have Roman just keep coming back and losing. That looks bad. But Bronson and Braun are supposed to be this really powerful faction, and they keep so either way you were kind of fucked. So they went the safe route and they chose Roman and Jay to get the pop. But I'm like, at this point, these guys look like bumbling goons, like Bronson and Braun. I don't think. I think this match should have ended in a disqualification or something to protect everybody, and maybe they beat up Roman and Jay, like they cheat and they hit them with chairs and shit. Like, I don't know. That might have been a little better than. It's just, I get they wanted the pop. They got their pop. People loved it. Cool. It was a fine match, but it's just mid. It's kind of forgettable for me personally.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree with Ben too. Like my favorite thing of the match was the Shula Follow. That was a lot of fun. It was just fun.
Yeah, them stealing the shoes is kind of fun. There was good. I like all the shit talking and character. My favorite part of the match was not really the moves; it was the character moments. I like how they showed Roman as being less selfish and protecting Jay, and I'm like, that's a good subtle way to show how his character has changed. I like that. That is good. It shows he's been humbled a bit, and you didn't have to say a word. You just showed it through actions, and I'm like, that is good. That's what wrestling's about. But then just the rest of the match, and the ending,
Do you think Roman's a bit to blame for what's going on? Like, do you think he just doesn't want to commit to his schedule, and that's why he keeps coming back once in a while and doing something randomly?
Maybe. I mean, he does have cancer, but I don't. Yeah, that was kind of dumb, Ben. That was dumb. I agree with that. But
it's being overdone too much.
Oh, what, Nate? My bad.
It's just being overdone too. Every time he comes out, let's do it again. It's like, come on, man.
It's like Roman.
Your brother has a better song.
I think part of it is he's doing movies and shit, and I think Roman's heart's not all in it anymore. He knows he's gonna quit in a few years, or not quit, retire, in a few years. So I think that's why he's leaning more into the movies, because he was in a movie with Eddie Murphy and a couple other. That movie has a random ass cast, but yeah, he was in some movie with Eddie Murphy not too long ago. I don't think he was a big role, but he was like. I think he was a mobster or something.
You think he's gonna get ready to go to Hollywood soon, full time?
I think so. He's already doing a couple movies. He's in there with big names. I'm not saying they're big movies. I don't think anybody heard this Eddie Murphy movie, but yeah, he's in an Eddie Murphy movie. He's gonna be in Street Fighter. I think he's transitioning towards Hollywood because I think of his health and stuff. And I mean, good for him, but it is maybe taking a toll on the wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it just seems like he doesn't have the energy that he used to. It doesn't seem like he has the aura and stuff. Like there's something a bit off with Roman now. Just I don't know what they're gonna have to do.
Him and Braun were the best parts of that match, though. Him and Braun. I mean, Bronson was cool too, but like him and Braun were the best parts of that match.
Mm-hmm. They did fine. Nobody did bad. It was just boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna hear that word "boring" get brung up a lot more tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But moving on from that, we have the second match of the night, which I honestly thought was going to be your favorite. It was the WWE
Hmm.
Women's Tag Team Championship match. You got Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair versus Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, the Judgment Day. And again, this match, it's all right. I didn't love it, didn't hate it. It had cool moments, but it was fine overall. It's another unremarkable match. A lot of these night one matches, I'm just not gonna have too much to comment on because I just think they didn't really have much there. There's some decent spots, but then there's also some botches. Um, I do think the second half of the match is stronger than the first half. The first half, it seemed like there was some botches, there was some pacing issues, but that second part of the match, things did sort of get more intense and kind of ramped up a bit. And so I think the first half is slow. The second half ramped up and got a little bit better. I thought Charlotte and Alexa actually worked pretty well together in this match. It wasn't. I don't hate it. It's decent. It was okay for me. It was all right.
Yeah, this match is decent. I wanted this match to be better. This was one of my matches. I'm really into the Charlotte Alexa tag team. Now, after they became champions, I don't know what the fuck's happening because before that, I really liked it. Now I'm like, I don't know what they're. It
They
seems a
have
little
dolls
weird.
now. They have matching dolls.
Yeah, it
And
seems a bit. It seems a bit off now from what they were before, and I feel like that. I hope they can recover it because I do think this team is money, and I do like them, and I think their chemistry was working. But now, after they won the titles, something happened. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it's weird. But I was so happy they won, though. I really liked that they won, but the match itself was okay. Great finish for me. I really liked the finish, but the match itself, eh, one of the weaker matches. It was okay. I mean, I like Roxanne. I like Raquel. I think Liv and Raquel would have been much better. They would have had a much better match with them. Like Roxanne and Raquel are okay. They work decent together. But yeah, I would say that I think Liv and Raquel would have done a bit better. But the finish was really good. I really liked the finish. I really like how they did that. Good. It was a good character moment. Again, I'm a sucker for character moments. So.
hmm yeah, it had a good ending to the match, but and like I said, the last half of it I liked. The first half of it I can't even remember, but yeah, overall it's decent. Then we get to a match that after Trenchy pointed it out to me, I was like, yeah, this is the worst match of night one. This is the worst match. Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Now look,
Mm-hmm.
this match was horrible. I thought this match was worse than their Night of Champions match, and their Night of Champions match wasn't really that great. It was okay. But the thing is, this match, its problem is that Karrion is more of a slow build wrestler, which is a good style that could work, but you have to have good finishes to your matches, and you have to make sure everything makes sense and there's a good build. I always say that I'm down for slower paced matches, but if you don't do it right and you go out there and the ending is just really badly written and it's badly executed, and I just don't care about Sami Zayn, and for some reason he has to keep winning matches, even though a lot of people just don't really like Sami Zayn. I'm not the only one that's saying it. I used to be a huge fan of Sami Zayn. I grew up with Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn right now, I don't really see the point of him being on the roster. I don't really see the worth, and I don't really like how he does business in wrestling. I don't really like some of the things that he's done and some of the storylines he's been in as of recent, and I just feel like at the end of the day, this match was just a big waste of time, and it was just a way for
Mm-hmm.
them to give one last fu to the crowd before Karrion gets released. Now, I'm not saying he is. I don't know. They could be working us because they keep doing that lately, where they make us think, oh, one thing's gonna happen and then they do another thing, which is it's cool for the most part. Sometimes though, it does get a bit annoying because it's like, oh, it wasn't really us treating them like shit. It was all part of the storyline. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, right. But yeah, I just thought the match was boring, slow. It just didn't have much to it, and it was just an awful match. And then the ending was terrible because all that build, all that time, and then you have Sammy go, "No, I'm still the good guy." It's like, bro, no one cares about this fucking character right now. Nobody cares about Sami Zayn. And I was a big fan. Even I'm like, this dude just looks like a mess. Nobody cares. He can wrestle decently, but that can't save his character. And it was just an insult to the fans. It was Triple H and them saying, "Hey, we're the ones in control, pal. Bye. I don't care how much you like this guy." You know, just like the Brock comment that Triple H made, saying, "You want Brock, you got him," even though the crowd is clearly chanting Carrion. So again, this could be all work. You never know. WWE these days does that a lot, where they go, "Oh no, it was all part of the plan," but I just think it's just they don't. I think in reality they don't give a fuck about Carrion, and they don't care how over he's getting. He's not what they want right now, and it's just really, an insult to the wrestling fans that they did this, and I hated the match. I thought it was the worst match of night one. It was just terrible. I didn't think it was a good wrestling match either. Like wrestling wise, I thought the best part of it was the psychology from Carrion, him taunting Sammy and pushing him around and slapping him around. I thought that was the best part of the match, was Carrion's psychology in the ring.
Mhm.
But yeah, other than that, the match was just too slow, and it had a slow build that led to a bad ending. So I just think it's just overall not a very good match. Just didn't care for it.
Mm-hmm. Uh, um,
This is your favorite, right? Nah,
permission to go on a small rant.
absolutely, absolutely.
Um, I'll try to keep it small. My thoughts on Sami Zayn. I do not have the history with Sami Zayn everybody has. I had stopped watching because of reasons somewhere in 2012. I had seen some stuff after that. I've gone back and seen some of that stuff. I came back WrestleMania 39. That's when I came back because of the Cody and Roman story. That was my introduction to Sami Zayn. He was fine. I thought he looked goofy. I liked it. It was fine. Then he keeps going and going. And he's had great matches. Him and Gunther was great. The one you showed me with Roman was great. But it just feels like now, after he had his IC run and it went nowhere, and it feels like now all Sammy does is either cry or he comes out there and he's like, "I'm the underdog that wins all the time." It's like, that makes no fucking sense. Or he goes out there and he's like, "You're a bad person. Weren't you a heel 2 years ago? Well, you're a bad person. You're really bad. You're trying to be like Roman." It's like, weren't you like trying to get into Roman's like, what are you doing? He's like a mix of a social justice warrior and this guy trying to say he's an underdog when it's really like he's like looking for brownie points, like the ultimate brownie point seeker, and it's so annoying. Now if he was a
he came out with Bret Hart in Canada. He wanted that pop.
Yeah, he's the ultimate brownie point. Now, if they made him a heel, it would be interesting if he was doing the same shit as a heel, but he's a baby face, and he's back there whining to Triple H, tongue kissing his ass, being like, "They're mad at me! Give me the IC title, because I stole Chad Gable's push! They're mad at me!" It's like, get your head out of his ass and fucking go away, dude. Like, the match, if Karrion gets let go, this is one of the worst matches ever. That was bullshit. They buried Karrion Kross for him getting over on his fucking own to give their golden boy, who has to whine for shit, Sammy. And it's like, you had a great ending here. You could have, if you were going to let Karrion grow, or go, you give him a swan song. Now I hope it's a work, but you let Sammy hit him with the pipe, and you find a way to do it safely, and you get him to bleed, and Carrion's like taunting him after Scarlett gives him a pipe because that was the good move, and then he gets disqualified, and he kind of rushes off, and you have Carrion covered in blood, and I would have Scarlett kissing him. I would have it be gross, and then Carrion gets on the mic, and he's like, Cross was right. My work is done. And then you could say, oh, my work's done with Sammy. Or if you want him to go, you could say his work's done because he corrupted one of the guys that's looked like a golden goose right now. That's like telling everybody else they're doing wrong. Well, you corrupted him.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that could work. And I'm not saying I'm a better writer than those people. I don't know why they wrote it that way. Maybe there was complications. But I'm just saying, if this was just because some asshole in the back was mad that Karrion Kross, told him to go fuck himself, then this is shit. Because you can punish people and shit, but at least make it entertaining. Like, yes, Vince did some of the shit too, but at least the polka dots was entertaining. At least the polka dots with Dusty was entertaining. Stardust, I didn't see Stardust. So I know Vince used to do the same shit, but this was just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
This was just a burial of Karrion Kross, and I will not stand for it to that fucking fuckhead Sammy. And we wasted a good match. We wasted what could have been an interesting ending for bullshit. For bullshit. It was dumb. And if they keep Karrion, maybe I'll think about making this not worst match of the night, but it's at least like Tiffany and Jade, we knew not to expect much. No offense.
Yeah,
for night one.
Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn was one of the matches I was more interested in, and it just disappointed massively. And a big part of that disappointment was the ending. If you're gonna slow build a match, you gotta get that ending down. You have to. You can fuck up some moves here and there, but you gotta get a solid ending. You got to. Otherwise, you feel like it's boring and you wasted time. To me, at least, that'll kill a match so quick. As if you slow it down and slow it down and slow it down, and then you have a terrible ending. I'm like, hey, this match was terrible because it didn't. There was no payoff. All we got was Sammy winning, and it's like, dude, Sammy's not really that over right now, and what is he gonna do with this? Go after the world title and lose? Because I don't know, or win and then be even more annoying because I got to see him even more often, Yeah, and he's got a few Seth Rollins, which would be terrible.
Yeah, I don't care about Sammy. And then we could have wrote him off TV. He could have come back maybe with a new heel character, or maybe tried to do better than being a heel. But I think we should just lean into what Sammy already is, and lean into the obnoxious side of that, and make him a heel, and make him a parody of people who seek for brownie points, and they say they're a good person, but they're really not, and try to tell everybody else they're doing wrong because they know deep down inside they're the bad. There's an interesting character here that could actually be a metaphor for what some people in society are doing right now, and could be really smart. But no, we're just gonna have Sammy be. I don't know. It just feels like everywhere he's like, "Well, I'm Canadian, so people love me in Canada, and I'm also a Muslim," which might be genuine, but it feels like he's doing too much. Like, oh, I get the pop here, because I'm also a. It's like, what?
Cheap pops, just cheap ways to get pops. I'm gonna come out with Bret Hart. It's like, well, great. Two people that whined and complained together. That's great.
Yeah, it's just.
Bret Hart is my favorite wrestler, but he does whine a lot. We gotta be honest.
They had to cheer for Davey Boy because because I was actually more over, but they had to cheer for Davey Boy because it was Britain. Yeah, no, I fucking despise Sami Zayn right now.
He's fucking annoying, man. He's fucking annoying. It's like, he doesn't look like a star. His promos are all the same right now. You're doing this. You're in the wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. Meanwhile, he was just with the Bloodline not that long ago doing shit. So it makes him look like a complete fucking hypocrite.
And
And it's annoying. It's just so annoying.
he doesn't even bring that up. It could work if he's like, "Well, I changed my ways. You can too." He doesn't even bring that up. He acts like they act like that bloodline storyline, like he did nothing wrong and he was the victim. It's like, what? No, I agree with Roman in that match. I kind of agree with Roman. I think Roman was in the right. And two, Sami Zayn, you can say people are in the wrong all you want. Don't you know that in your past you were pretending to be a black man? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You could go and
Oh
be mad
yeah,
at everybody. You pretended to be a black man and you had a luchador gimmick. Although that one, I'm not trying to.
always
I'm
goes
just
over.
saying. Yeah, the luchador gimmick's fine, but I'm just saying you've done some ridiculous shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah, man, what a fucking letdown of a match. And if
Yeah.
Karrion does get fired, what a fucking letdown of a character. That could have been something different. That could have been something unique. But no, you want to fire him and bring in Aleister Black. And I like Aleister Black, but I feel like we kind of didn't need Aleister Black because we had Karrion Cross. Like, we didn't need to
Oh.
have Rusev do that whole serious character because we already have Karrion doing a serious character who's real psychological and trying to affect people's minds. Like, I feel like maybe that's why they brung those guys in because, hey, Karrion's been here for a while. We got them. They want to do more psychological characters, so we're going to fire Karrion and they're going to be his replacements. And I like them, but they're not doing it as good as Karrion. I like Aleister Black, but Aleister Black is having trouble finding momentum right now on his own. So I just feel like, why waste your time trying to build people up who everybody wanted Rusev Day? You didn't give us Rusev Day. You gave us Redeemer, which a lot of people didn't like that character.
I,
Redeemer. So
I this is my first thing with Rusev, and I'm just confused because it's just I don't know. I've listened to a couple. They're kind of okay, but they're a little. I think Cross does it better. I haven't seen much of Aleister Black, but I think Cross does it better because Miro's out there like, I am the lightning that will hit the boat, and I'm like, what are you? What are you? You gotta find your soul in the mist, and you can redeem yourself. It's like, what are you talking? I will drag you to hell in the mountain. It's
sounds
what
like
are you
he's in a
talking
play or
about?
something. Sounds like he's reciting Shakespeare.
Yeah, this and those aren't really from his paper, but it's just like random metaphors. Like I'm the crow that will eat your worm, but you can rise from the ashes. It's like, what is happening? What are you talking about?
Yeah, he leaned into that a bit in AEW. And like the thing is, no offense to him, but people did like Redeemer. Like I didn't really like the Redeemer character. I don't think really anyone did. And when he came back to WWE, we all were like, "Oh, Rusev Day, that was really cool." And he never got a chance to finish that character. Nope, he's doing Redeemer, and I'm like, dude, it's just not as good.
he
Aleister Black, it just feels like that character has sort of run its course, and they're gonna have to find something to do with Alistair because he worked back then, but now he's no longer unique. You see, back then, Alistair was doing that before Karrion even thought of doing it, where he would do the metaphors and talking in poems and talking about fate and what's right and what's wrong. Alistair did that, and it was really unique back in the day.
mm-hmm.
Alistair is no longer unique. People have done it since then and have been doing it before he came back. So
Mm-hmm.
it just feels like he's just another guy doing metaphors and being spooky. Because, we got Wyatt 6, metaphor spooky. Rusev, not really spooky, but darker metaphor using. Karrion, same thing. Like, we've got so many characters doing the similar gimmick where it's just a serious character reciting dark poetry or some shit.
And the worst part is they have these people feud. Now, I'll get to that in a minute, but I did want to say real quick, Rusev is having good matches with Sheamus, but his character is kind of amped. But I will say the matches they're having
They're
bangers. So,
solid. Yeah, they're really solid. Good
but
matches.
yeah, my thing is we're gonna have Karrion Cross, this heel tag team. They're gonna fight the Wyatt Six, and they're both spooky, and it's like that. but one team's spookier than the other team. It's like you can't. Okay, you can make the spooky characters fight, but you got to do it right. Like I feel like that was done terribly.
Yeah, because who do you root for? Because you got one team that's kidnapping the Miz and torturing him and making snuff movies almost, and then you got Carrion who's beating up people and stuff and beating up the Wyatt Six, and he's supposed to be the heel, and it's like, who do you root for? You know?
And that whole squad's gone. That AOP people, I don't even know who they were. They're
Yeah, they're
gone.
all
Paul
gone now.
Ellering's gone.
Mm-hmm.
He wiped out his whole crew without giving them really a chance. They should have been going after other people. I don't know who they would have went after, but it's really hard. But with the pushes and stuff, but it's I don't know. I just feel like it was just they did some weird stuff. And why was the Miz in their group? I don't I like the Miz, but he's just I don't think he's benefiting anything right now since he was with Truth. When he was with Truth, that was good. After that, I don't like anything they're doing with the Miz.
It's went downhill since then. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Carrion stuff is just really unfortunate, but um, moving on past that freaking garbage match, we got another garbage match. We got Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Championship, the Women's WWE Championship. I think this match sucked too, as I thought both women botched a lot. It was boring, and Jade Cargill is not fucking ready. And it was a 7-minute match. And at the end of the day, again, it devalues Queen of the Ring, in my opinion. I know some people say it doesn't, but it absolutely devalued the Queen of the Ring. I think it did. I think it was all useless. It was all pointless because you built Jade up for all those months for her to lose clean in 7 minutes in a garbage ass match. And Tiffany Stratton is just ain't it anymore. She just her promos suck. Her matches are botch filled. I don't know what happened because she was doing so good for so long. These days, I do not care for Tiffany Stratton. I was a fan for a while. I liked her. Again, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but the fans don't really care. Nobody got cheered. No one gave a fuck about this match, including me. I can barely remember it. I remember a bunch of botches. I remember a bunch of, once again, being able to see Jade Cargill call spots, which I don't like. And just, this was originally my least favorite match. I do think, even though this one is offensively bad in a way, because I do think it fucking ruined and wasted a bunch of time and it ruined the Queen of the Ring stuff. But the Carrion shit just made me a little bit more mad because I see a lot of fucking potential in Carrion. I've seen potential in Tiffany. I've seen potential, rather. Can't speak tonight. I apologize. But I've seen a lot of potential. But I don't know what happened. I just don't know. Her promos fucking suck now. She sounds like she's reading from a goddamn script. Jade Cargill, same thing. It's like they're the fucking same problems. They can't talk, they can't wrestle, and they're annoying. Their voices annoy me. And even though Jade Cargill can do some, power moves decently, I feel like she has no flow to her matches. She doesn't have psychology. And, like, I've just soured on her because I've tried to be nice. I'm like, okay, she's new, she's young, she's green, so maybe just give her some time to get better. But it's like it's been all this time, and WWE has worked with her all this time, and she's still just not having very good matches. Her match with Asuka wasn't very good. Her match with Tiffany was worse. Tiffany, to me, is at her worst right now. I think this is a terrible match, garbage match. And not only is it forgettable and boring, it's also offensively bad, and there's botches, and it just, to me, I don't know why Tiffany Stratton's WWE Women's Champion. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, I didn't really care for this match at all. I thought it was dookie. That's my review on it. It was dookie.
Okay, how do I follow that up? I didn't hate it. It's just I barely remember the match, to be honest. I know there was a corner spot that took like an hour. It kind of like her and Charlotte, although I will say this one was a little better because at least it led to a payoff and not like just them touching backs together. But I don't know. It's okay, I guess. I didn't hate it, but I don't really remember it. I kind of wasn't expecting much. I like Tiffany enough, but yeah, I'm glad Tiffany won. I don't think Jade was ready.
No,
I think
absolutely not.
they were trying to do. She went the distance, but I also think they're like looking. They're like, wait a minute, we have Vaquer here. Let's give it to her. Because I think Vaquer's taken that at Clash at the Castle. So I think they changed their mind. Maybe they're like, oh yeah, Jade ain't right. Because Jade had a pretty decent Extreme Rules match. She had a pretty good one with Naomi, but that's an Extreme Rules match. Her regular matches, I'm not trying to shit on her. They're not that great. There's some of them I think are okay. I don't hate Jade Cargill, but it's just she's not anything special. She has a good physique, and I think she has potential, but she just really has her. And Tiffany, I like Tiffany, but again, I don't know with the stuff they're doing lately. I don't care as much. I mean, they're fine, but there's other women that I'm more am compelled by their stories. They're not any of like my go-tos of like modern women wrestlers right now. Like I like the Chelsea Green character more. I like Io more right now. Naomi, of course. Just there's just it was okay. It was fine. I'm not gonna remember it. It's probably the most forgettable match on the card. Maybe. Well, no, the other one at least had a spot. I won't say it's the most disappointing though, because I would say Sammy and Cross, and then another match on night 2 was probably the most disappointing. Well, maybe a couple matches on night 2, 2 in particular.
Yeah. Yeah, this one definitely wasn't a winner, man. Didn't care for it either. Then we got a surprising match. We got Drew and Logan. We got Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Now that I've had time to think about it, this match, I think it's fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It exists. It has fun moments. It's different. I don't think Jelly Roll was the problem. I actually think
No,
Jelly Roll did fine in the match, shockingly enough. And
he made it.
yeah, there was some decent stuff in here. The Logan Paul really did a good job in this match. The frog splash to the table, I thought was really cool. And there was some good spots. Again, I just don't think it was much of a match. I think it's just it happened. It came, it went, it exists. It was at least a little bit fun though, at least. Because my main problem with these matches that came before this is that a lot of them just weren't very fun. They weren't very entertaining to watch. And so at least this one had a bit of a fun factor to it. I thought Jelly Roll, even though there was times where he slowed down a bit, I do think for the most part he did pretty fine in the match. And yeah, I didn't hate it or anything. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It was fun.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah, you're up. Batter up. No, I'm shook.
Nate, why was this one of the best matches on the card? Why was this better than it should have been? What
This was better than a world championship match, my guy.
Dude, I had so much fun with this fucking match. I can't tell, and I'm thinking about it, and it's actually gone up the more I thought about. Because this was just so much fun. Jelly Roll was funny. Like he got a few hits on Logan Paul, but they played it straight. Like Jelly Roll's like, I'm gonna go up to Drew McIntyre, and then he starts looking scared because he realizes he can't fight Drew McIntyre, and He took some bumps. He tried his best. It was lots of fun. I thought Jelly Roll did some good comedy. I thought Logan Paul had a really cool spot. I thought Drew McIntyre was cool. Randy was just kind of like there. Sadly, he RKO'd somebody, so that was cool. Sadly, I think we could have gotten more Randy, but this was more of a match that have some funny moments with Jelly Roll. And I love the Logan Paul sign saying he's an outsider. I thought that
Yeah.
was great. I thought that was a lot of fun character. I thought this match was lots of fun. This match, it didn't try to be serious. It played with the comedy. Jelly Roll did good. Jelly Roll didn't try to beat everybody up. Jelly Roll, you know, he played it straight. He acted scared when he
Yeah.
needed to act scared. He had his
He
little funny
hulked up.
swagger walk.
It was awesome when he hulked up. That was like the awesome part of the match, man, where he hulked up and ripped the chain off.
Yeah, he was actually funny. He was actually entertaining. He knew the assignment. The assignment
He is
was
more
don't take this
entertaining than
seriously.
Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. That's nuts.
Yeah, like I said, I can't even recall what happened in
D
that match.
Grande, all you gotta do is put Logan Paul in a match, and all you gotta do is have Logan Paul on the card, and it makes it good.
Don't make me involved in this.
You
I'm not
gotta admit
involved.
though, he was a great heel in the match.
Yeah.
He did his job. He did his
The
job.
wrestler Logan Paul, the character in the show, not the piece of shit human, is entertaining. The piece of shit human can go fuck himself. Now, the character in the Logan Paul wrestler is I can't deny him. He's fun. I can't. I want to deny him really
He's
bad.
such a
I
good
want to.
heel. He
I
gets it.
know.
He gets it.
I know,
And I
because
don't
he's a
like
heel
how
in
it works
real life.
either.
He's been doing this his whole life.
Yeah, he's just like this isn't even him playing a role. I just think he did really good in the match. He was just a good villain. I think he did even better than Drew as the villain in the match. I just thought his trash talking, smacking around Jelly Roll, he did really good as a heel in this match. I thought Jelly Roll did fine. He did some pretty cool moves. He kept up, and there were some times where he slowed down. But I mean, for someone who hasn't even stepped into the ring and wrestled before, he did pretty well, considering.
Yeah, he did fine. Like it was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this match a lot more than I probably should have. But after the night of just mediocre matches, man, this was a nice change of pace. This was fun. This was entertaining. It felt like a SummerSlam match. I know that seems off, but it felt like a comedy SummerSlam match. And I'm like, why is this the first match on the card to feel like amazing? Like, why is this first match
why did it take till now for it to get entertaining?
Yeah, and look, I like the Charlotte and Alexa match fine, but it was blander than it should have been. A lot of these matches were blander than they should have been. And then this one, was it perfect? No, hell no. There's way better matches, on other shows and stuff. This, this isn't going to be one of the greatest matches of all time, but I think it understood the assignment, and it did what the assignment needed it to do. It didn't need to be the greatest match on the card. It just needed to be the best of what it could be, and it was the best of what we could get. And trust me, we could have gotten way worse. Although Jelly Roll needed to roll around on the ground and do the Jelly Roll finisher, but I don't know if he can do that, so that's not gonna happen. But yeah, no, it was better than, it's like Jade and Tiffany was what we expected, maybe a little better than we expected, but this is what I didn't expect. I did not expect this match to be as good as it was, but
I
it
thought
delivered.
It was suck, my guy. I was like, this match is gonna be terrible. This is the match where I was like, this is gonna be horrible, man, because I was like, Jelly Roll's never wrestled before. This dude's just not in ring shape. I was like, this dude's gonna do bad. But it is a tag match. I thought they did a good job at helping him out. And he didn't really slow down as much as I thought he would. He actually did pretty well
No.
in the match, and I kind of wonder if Jelly Roll's going to be the SummerSlam guy now or something, because he was that last year's SummerSlam too. So I don't
Yeah,
know if he's
and
going to be just their SummerSlam guy. See Jelly Roll every summer. Yay!
yeah, and the table spot was good because it bought them time so he could like rest up and stuff, and he was selling it well. And then he came back, and it was a good moment. And they let Randy like carry it for a bit, and that's when it slowed down a bit. But I still thought I don't know, this match was better than shit. And I know because I was sitting there because you're like, oh, we didn't even know if this match was going to happen because you're like, he's hurt. And then all I hear is, oh, he broke his pinky toe, but he's fine. So as he was coming out to the ring, I sent you a message. I'm like, you motherfucker, I thought we were saved. He broke his foot. That's not an injury. That's not an
I
injury. You lied to me. You
to be
lied.
fair, to be fair, I just heard it was an injury. I didn't know it was him breaking his finger.
I'm like, yeah, but the way I was told, I'm like, oh, he broke his leg. I'm like, that sucks, but at least we'll be. Oh no, he's still. And why did he come out to a Luke Bryan song or whatever? I don't know. Okay, but good match, good match. I'm doing too much. Good match.
I agree. It was fun. For the first time in the night, it had a fun vibe to it, and it's crazy that it took Jelly Roll and Logan Paul to, really have a fun match that had emotion to it finally. But yeah, I thought it was a fun match. I don't know if I loved it, didn't hate it. It was fun. It was entertaining at the least. So we got that match. And then we're already at the main event of night one. We got the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, and we got CM Punk versus Gunther. Now, I must say, this match was absolutely amazing. It just felt like a fight. Like, Gunther does such a good job at bringing legitimacy to a match. And I thought CM Punk did a really good job in this match as well. And I just thought, it
Mm-hmm.
felt so real. It just felt so authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And every hit, every move, the intensity, they brung it in this match. And it's easily one of my favorite matches of the year I've seen so far. It is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I am jealous that Grande got to see this live. Because, man, I don't know. I fucking love this match. One hell of a way to end your night, because you have a great match and then you have a great follow up to the match. And so
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk winning, I didn't really have a problem with. I'm not a big fan of CM Punk, but I gotta admit, he's been putting in work. He's been putting people over. He's been losing a lot. So for them to give him the belt here, I was fine with it. And then for what happened afterwards with Seth, I thought it was the fucking cherry on top. I thought it was the perfect way to end night one. I thought it was the perfect way to end that whole fucking thing. And Seth coming out and faking the injury, they got me. They worked me, and it worked. And it goes to show that you can still work the crowd in this day and age, because they got me. So I love the ending of the match. I love Seth coming out, cashing in Money in the Bank, winning the world title, shocking the world. It was funny because the people I was watching this with, most of them are CM Punk fans. So they were all like, yeah, hell yeah, take that, Nate. He fucking lost. Gunther fucking lost. And then Seth came out, cashed in, and I just stood up, walked out of the room, and looked at him and said, see ya. Maybe next time your boy Punk will win. But it was just great, man. It was what a intense physical matchup with some excellent wrestling, and I thought they both did great in the match. I just love it so much. It was just so it just felt real to me. It felt like a real athletic competition wrestling match, and they didn't have the best build to this match, but the match itself made up for everything. So that's my thoughts on it. I loved it. Thought it was great.
Yeah, the story was in the ring. The story was there. Um, it should have had a better build, but the story was there. I love the old dog who's trying to die, and I like the beginning where he's blocking the chops because he knows if he gets chopped, he's fucked, and then he gets chopped, and yeah, because at first CM Punk has him, but then Gunther brings in the equalizer to chop, and then Gunther's going all out. He's bullying CM Punk. He's like, "You call me boy? Who's the boy now?" And he's getting one over on him, but CM Punk still has a little bit of fight in him. He gets the little fight back, but Gunther takes him down again. And it gets to the point where, at least from what I've seen, Gunther hasn't been this vulnerable because CM Punk bust him open. And it's like, oh shit, he breaks his nose, and he's like, so Gunther the Beast can bleed, and it's like, the commentators are like, he can't see because of the blood, and I'm like really buying into this. So I'm like, oh shit, he can't see, and I'm like, oh shit, he's distracted because he's bleeding, and that's gonna fuck with you if you haven't been really hurt in a long time, and someone goes and hurts you like this. Like that is gonna fuck with you. So like the indestructible monster can be hurt. So he's like all fucked up. He's like and then CM Punk takes advantage and wins. And then Seth walks out there with the crutches, and I'm like, oh, they're teasing it. And then Seth pushes the crutches away, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And he cashes in, which is the right move. Because when CM Punk finally wins that title, it's going to mean more than him just winning it from God. It's going to be good when CM Punk finally wins that title. It's going to be good. So, that was the right call. It was just fantastic. Like you said, it felt real. It had good story, good character moments, awesome moves. We had blood, like a crazy amount of blood.
And I know it's something like I kind of roasted it when I first said it. That Gunther, he got his nose broke, and there's a moment where he tells CM Punk, like, hold on, back up. And Punk looks at him, looks at the ref. Ref looks at him, looks back at Gunther, and Punk goes, and starts punching Gunther in the face. And when I first seen him, I'm like, wow, Gunther looks like a bitch. But it's not that I think he looks like a bitch, but like what you said, I think he looks vulnerable. And it's like the first time you're seeing Gunther kind of get scared. And he's like, whoa, my nose is broken. And CM Punk is like, buddy, we're wrestling. I don't give a damn if your nose is broken or not. We're finishing this damn match, and we're continuing. So at first I was like, my initial reaction was, oh, it made him look like a pussy. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, no, it made him scared. It made him vulnerable. It made like you said, it showed that the Beast can be hurt. That he thought he was untouchable. He thought it was just a good story, whether it was real or not, because part of me wonders if it was real or not, if he really did do that. But whether it was or wasn't, it really worked, like you said, for the story, because it made Gunther look like he's never been busted open before. He's never had a broken nose in a wrestling match. So how would
not
he
that
react?
hardcore, at least on the main roster, at least.
Yeah,
that I know of.
I agree with you, man. It just added to the authenticity and like it just felt like a fight. It didn't feel like a regular wrestling match. It felt like a fight. I love how Gunther's matches, they feel like fights. They don't feel like wrestling matches, and I just love the intensity he brings. So yeah, excellent.
No matter what I think about CM Punk, he's been having good matches, and he brought that like old dog that just won't fucking quit. That old fucking dog that's getting the shit beaten out of him, but he gets back up, and he's like, he keeps going. He keeps fucking going, and it's like David and Goliath type shit, like to the point where it's like, oh my god, like. And of course, because Gunther's even like, you're not the greatest in the world, but it's like Gunther's like the ring general. He's like the new guy. He owns the ring. He's the top dog on the yard. CM Punk used to be that, so you got that there too. But also, CM Punk being like, he's the best in the world, and he made one of the top guys now, the ring general, bleed in his own ring. So maybe he is the best in the world. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. We got
only the best in the world. Hey, Mac. I mean, that match was a fucking banger, dude. It
Yeah,
was a banger. And
and
then
Gunther
Seth,
too is
cherry on top.
yeah. Seth
Go
is
ahead.
a perfect ending to that match. Seth is such a good villain. I love what Seth did there. And I think with Seth, it's just I think he would do well on his own. I just don't think we
Mhm.
need a faction. Maybe that's how I feel about it because I feel like that was a great moment, but I just feel like you don't really need Braun and Bronson with him. He could just do all this stuff on his own. But yeah, he did really good there, and that was a he's he's been involved in some of the best endings to pay per views this year. I just gotta say that his story with CM Punk is so fucking good.
Yeah,
By the hatred, it's two people trying to one up each other constantly, and I love their story they got going on. But yeah, it was
I
just
said
excellent.
you would never win a world title again. I said I would never let you hold that title again, and he made it come true.
Hmm.
It was perfect. My bad. What were you gonna say?
Broke the wrestling fans' hearts, man. You know, and it was just surprising, and it's gonna get CM Punk even more over at the end of the day because people are gonna want to see him win that world title even more now. So yeah,
I mean,
excellent ending to night one. Night one overall may not be the best night, but it does have a really fantastic ending. The
yeah,
last bit of it is really good.
its surprise is way better than Night Two's surprise, and we'll get to that when we get to
Yeah,
that.
Jesus Christ. We do
Sorry
gotta
about
get.
that. We gotta talk
Unfortunately,
about it.
unfortunately, but moving on to night two. This is Sunday night, Summerslam, night two. Starting off with a fucking amazing match that I gotta say, all three people in this match fucking just did amazing. And that is the women's world championship match: Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Naomi. Another one of my favorite matches of the year so far. I loved this match. I thought all three women brought different styles to this match, and it all blended very well together. Had great spots. Um, I just fucking loved it. Everything clicked real well. Rhea did her job real well. Naomi was doing great as a heel out there, having her dad come out with the guitar. That was cool entrance. Um, I just thought, Io is such a good baby face. Keep her a baby face. She's a pure baby face, and she did amazing. It was just I loved it. I loved this match. I thought it was really entertaining. The wrestling was on point. Different styles, like I said. Rhea's more powerhouse, more slams and shit. Io is, more strike based, and Naomi's doing a lot of sliding around and high flying stuff. So it was just really good, man. I
Mhm.
loved this match so much, and the way that Naomi just slid in there and won it, great ending to the match. Really enjoyed it. I mean, as you can tell, this is one of my favorite matches of the year so far. I love this match so much.
Yeah, I don't think he has Mac. I don't think he has, but yeah, I really like this match. I'm I'm big supporter of what Naomi's doing right now. I'm a big fan of that character, and I'm Io's growing on me because of I don't think it's as good as the one at WrestleMania or the one at the Evolution singles match, but those matches were like I don't know. Those matches were like
Next
once in
level.
a lifetime. Yeah, like you got to see the Evolution match, man. I hope I'm not
Hmm.
overhyping it.
I
Maybe you
still gotta
might
watch
not like
Evolution.
yeah, you might not like some of the things they do, but damn is I think it was a damn good match. And like I just love the I love how this match starts. Them trying to gang up on Naomi, and I love how Naomi gets in there and she starts pulling hair. She starts biting. The scratching was a little much, but I did like it. I thought it was funny.
I liked it too. Yeah, I liked it.
it grew on me. I'm like, don't take that seriously. But yeah, the baseball slide was fucking awesome from Naomi. How she went off the top rope to Rhea and she's like, "Hi!" And she fucking slams her. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god! And then Rhea and Io are gold because you could tell they're genuinely friends, but they also love fighting each other. So the counters and shit. Io with her little crossface, like you got Rhea fucking running off the fucking thing, the fucking outside of the ring, rolling onto Naomi, and I love Naomi's little like when Io was stepping on her, she was squealing, and then Rhea stepped on her, and
Yeah, that was a
Rhea,
great spot. Yeah.
yeah, Rhea and Io are just throwing each other around, and Io's countering, and they're all countering each other and throwing each other on the head post and stuff, and Rhea actually took a pin, so I think they believe in Naomi. They let Naomi pin Rhea, and that just doesn't happen. You don't get the pin Rhea unless they really believe in you. And
Yeah.
they let Rhea eat a pin, which thank God Io didn't eat that pin. I'm so happy about that, and they did it in a smart way. It was a good, solid, fun match. There was a lot of personality in it. I thought I love how all the women had their different let's go. Like Naomi had her little thing she was doing, and then Io when she dove out of the ring and she got up and she's like like doing her little Io scream. And then later Rhea was like, "Let's go!" Like I'm like, yeah, it was fun. It was great. I liked it. I liked that match.
Hell yeah. Definitely,
It was a
man.
good
This is
match.
definitely a lot of fun, a lot of good spots. And these women triple threat matches, man, they've been doing great with them. Like that women's triple threat match at WrestleMania was phenomenal as well.
When women's triple threats, sometimes not all the time, because the Tiffany one they did last year wasn't that great with Tiffany, Bailey, and Naomi. That was okay, but women triple threats, especially this year, and the women fatal four-way weird tag team matches they do go hard. You gotta watch a couple of those matches because the one at Crown Jewel was really good, and then the one at Evolution was also, in my opinion, really good. It's weird. It's these weird little match types, these fatal four-way women tag team matches, man. I don't know why, but they always seem to be really fun. I guess because women have fun tag teams when you really showcase them. We don't want to showcase them for some reason, but when you really let them go off, they can do some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, man, excellent fucking match. Excellent way to start off the pay per view. And honestly, for a while, that momentum never stopped. Because the next match is the
Oh,
TLC match, which I thought was wonderful. You have the Wyatt Six versus the Street Profits versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY, Fraxium, and Adrane and Ray Phoenix. And this match was done because this is the 20th anniversary of the first ever TLC match at SummerSlam 20 years ago between the Hardys, the Dudleys, and was Edge and Christian involved in that match too?
I
Or
think
was it the
yeah, in the first
WrestleMania match?
TLC, yeah, I'm pretty sure they were.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if they were just only at the WrestleMania one, but yeah, Edge and Christian. They couldn't mention Edge and Christian, of course,
Um,
but they were there too.
or maybe it was just a solo. Cause I'm trying to remember. Because I know the first one they didn't call it a TLC match, but it was a TLC match. They just didn't call it yet. And then maybe SummerSlam was the first official one. I don't know. They've had a lot of matches, guys. Um,
Yeah, it's hard to remember specifically. It was the same three teams every time. So the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and the Hardys, and
yeah.
they
Okay.
were doing this in memory of, or not in memory, but like as a homage to and celebrate the 20th anniversary of the first TLC match. But
Better version of that than later tonight. Just saying. Better version of that. They do that again, and it's not as good. Sucks Edge and Christian couldn't be there.
they didn't even get
Um,
mentioned. Like, I figured they would
the,
at least mention them.
They're in AEW. They don't exist to us anymore.
Yeah, they're in the enemy territory now. But this match was a hell of a lot of fun. I freaking loved it. It was great. I thought for as many people as you had in this match, they still were able to keep things understandable and you were able to really digest this match. And there's so many going to the table spots. There's a Spanish fly to the table, which I thought was amazing. The ending of the match where DIY goes through just a fucking pile of tables. Classic spot,
Hmm.
really well done. There's some insane wrestling. Fraxium and DIY in there doing great stuff. Somebody getting German suplex into a super kick as well. Like, it's just insane wrestling. High flying is on point in this match, and every team did great. Every team did
Hmm.
great. I
Yeah.
just wish Fraxium should have won because the Wyatt Six to me, they don't work. They just don't. I wanted to love this team, but the more they do with them, the more I realize it just doesn't work because they've tried the heel route. It does not work. I don't buy them as heels. They've tried the babyface route. I don't buy them as baby faces. So I feel like you should have given it to Fraxium here. Fraxium did amazing in this match. They just did so many incredible moves, and I feel like the one thing that I could nitpick about this match was there was a lot of times where people could have obviously won the titles, but they just sort of stood there and held the titles and just looked like waiting for a spot. That was my only nitpick
Yeah.
in this match. But other than that, I thought it was just action packed. It was thrilling. It was good. It was really fucking good. It's one of my favorite matches of SummerSlam. So yeah, I love the match. I think it's great. I think you do too, Trent.
Oh, this match was a banger. This match was fun. This match was a SummerSlam match. Now, I do think Fraxium would have been a good win because they haven't won yet, and I think that team's pretty cool. But man, did this match have some surprises in it. When the women came out, dude, the women like fucking Candice LeRae and B-Fab, take her lead, but they're like, yeah, B-Fab is still with the I forget their name, the
The Street
the
Profits.
red Street Profits. I was gonna call them the Soda Pop Gang. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, no, the Street Profits, way better name. Yeah, no, they're like beef. Yeah, Beefhead's part of the Street Profits. And I'm like, oh yeah, she is, I guess. And then Nikki Cross came out, like that was all cool. Candice LeRae had one of the best bumps of the night, her going through the ladder, and then you had Tommaso Ciampa hanging upside down with his legs and shit. That was really cool. I
Yeah,
thought that
and
was fun.
somebody, I think it's Nathan Frazier. He goes to attack him out of midair, and Champa just like lifts up and dodges him.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that before, so it was
Yeah,
incredible.
he does like a fucking pull up with his chest. Yeah, that was awesome. Like I think DIY kind of stole the show just because of Candice LeRae and Champa. I thought they had made, and then they went for the tables at the end, like you said. I like the part where the Street Profits missed the ladder and they have to pull them back, and they're like, "One more time!" and they throw him on the ladder. I like that. I just it was a really fun match. They had a lot of crazy stuff. They threw some surprises in there. I did like the Wyatt Six getting involved. It was a little much, but a little expecting of an ending, but I did like all the surprises. I like how they let Nikki Cross get in the ring. I liked all the bumps. I thought the bumps were exciting because like the Candice LeRae, she took a really hard. She probably took the hardest bump of the match,
Yeah,
in
because
my
the way
opinion.
she fell awkwardly on her legs, so she could have
Yeah, and
broke her
she's
leg.
a small woman. That lady's small. And she's going through that big ass ladder, and I know they may not be real, the ones they go through, but yeah, no, that was some crazy shit, and I had a lot of fun with the match. I enjoyed it, and I do like how they're like, you wouldn't let us on the last pay-per-view, so now we're gonna show you why you fucked up. And I'm like, yeah, no,
Did
this is why you fucked up. Respect the tag team division. Wake up, motherfuckers. Respect the tag team division. That's
yeah.
what you gotta do. because that was
Although
a bang.
Motor City Machine Gun still did, it felt like they were the worst part of the match. Like I just feel like I just think no one gives a fuck.
They,
I gotta mention this. I
yeah,
feel so bad for these teams because when they would come out, they got no reaction. Like the only teams that got reactions was like Adrane and Ray Phoenix got a reaction because mainly
which is
because Ray Phoenix.
why.
Huh?
Because of Ray Phoenix, right? Why did Andrade and Ray Phoenix get the reaction? Why?
Probably because of Ray Phoenix, because they got most of the pop when he came out, and then the Wyatt Six got a pretty decent reaction, but everybody else, they came out and there was no pop, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. That
Yeah,
is cool. And then
yeah.
most
Motors.
people you could just see in the background, like most people are getting up to go use the bathroom and get drinks and stuff. So I did feel
Mhm.
like I felt bad because a lot of people underestimated this match, but I think by the end of it, the crowd was alive and on their feet, and it was a great match. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Very, very
I
excellent TLC match.
I think bringing in the women was the right call because that was a swear. Nobody saw that coming, and if you did, you're a liar. But nobody. I think that was the right call. I think that made the match a little bit more interesting. That gave us some crazier bumps than we were expecting. Like that was the right call. Like and they made BFAB relevant for 2 minutes. So
Yeah, they used her finally in something.
yeah, they made her relevant. And ride the momentum, BFAB. You can do it. No, you can't. But I'm just being mean. BFABs, yeah. But no. This was fun. I liked it. Yeah, the Motorhead Machine Guns had some good spots, but they were definitely weaker. Even Andrade and Ray Phoenix showed out a bit, but they were definitely a weaker link. But yeah, I think the MVPs of this match, I gotta give it to DIY in my
DIY,
opinion. They had
DIY
the
did
best,
great. Fraxium
including Candice LeRae.
Fraxium did
Oh
really good too.
yeah, that Faxium did really good. Street Pop. I mean, they all did good, but I'd say DIY has some of the best. Like Champa hanging upside down. I'm gonna remember that. LeRae going through the ladder. I'm gonna remember that.
Definitely an excellent match. And moving on to the next match, this one's going to get pretty interesting because I think me and you got a bit of a different take on this match than most people. But it is the very hated, the very despised Women's Intercontinental Championship no disqualification match. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Now, look, I'm not big on this rivalry. I'm not. Their two past matches they've had, I just thought weren't good. They didn't really seem like they had chemistry. This was the best match they've had so far. And I feel like it's because it's hard to fuck up a hardcore match. You know,
Yeah.
you got to really be incompetent to fuck up a hardcore match. And this match, I thought it was fun. Personally, I liked it. I don't know if I can say it's one of my favorites, but I thought it was a fun, entertaining street
Hmm.
fight type of match. I thought Lyra and Becky did fine in this match. Not sure how I feel about the Bailey ending. I think that's probably my least favorite part of it is that Bailey came out and cost Lyra the match. Um, and I do wish Lyra won. I wish that Lyra, because Becky did a good job at building her up, but the minute she beat her, I'm like, well, now she's beat her twice, and now she's never gonna go be able to get another match with Becky. Like, I just felt like it should have been Lyra finally getting put over at SummerSlam. It's SummerSlam. It's the big stage. Why not take advantage of it now? But no, they had to bring back Bailey in the storyline. I don't think Bailey needs to be in the storyline personally. Maybe down the road she can come back in the storyline, but I just feel like it's unnecessary at this point to bring her into the storyline. And I hate how they're making her character look on Raw and stuff because you literally got Lyra telling her on Raw right after SummerSlam, just don't even get near me because your downfall's happening and I can't be around you when it's happening. I'm like, I don't like this at all. I don't like how they're booking Bailey as in like she's fucking everything up. I really don't like that. Um, but the match was brutal. I mean, it was pretty brutal at times. I mean, uh, there's a spot with a chain that I thought was really good.
Mhm.
Lyra, the zip tie idea of her being, stuck on the ring post and Becky just smacking her again and again with the kendo stick. There's a
Mhm.
point where Lyra gets a fucking crowbar, and I love how Becky sells it because she's so afraid. She kicks her. Lyra drops the crowbar, and then Becky's like, "You want to try and kill me, huh? You want to try and kill me?" And I
Yeah,
just loved how
you
Becky,
tried to kill me. You
yeah, how
tried to
dare you?
kill me.
I loved it. I thought Becky was so entertaining in this match, and I loved how she's like, "You tried to kill me?" I love that
Yeah.
she gets the crowbar and is just so fucking pissed at Lyra that she's shaking the crowbar. Like her hatred, she can't contain
Yeah.
her. I love that. I love that shit so much. Lyra had a great comeback in the match. A lot of good comebacks and good moves. She fought well. Um, I think there is a glaring problem in this match, and it's the zip
Mhm.
tie.
Mhm.
Camera guy fucked up. Camera guy zoomed in on her hands when the zip tie went kind of loose, and she was able to get one of her hands out of it. But then, real quickly, she was able to slip her hand back into the zip ties again. They tried to sell it. Commentary tried to sell it. I didn't buy it. I was like, man, that took me out of it because I know it's fake. Like,
Mhm.
I know she's able to get out of the zip tie. So, ironically, I feel like they should have used like tape or something. Like I wish she should have just taped her like hands together, like using duct tape or something, because it'd be less likely that they would slip out of the duct tape if you duct tape
Yeah,
her.
but then how would she get out? Like, do you think she would have been able to get out of that?
I don't
Like,
know. You
at
have
the
to
end of
figure
the match?
maybe have something under the ring, some kind of
The,
like scissors or something.
they call up Hornswoggle. We need you to hang out under the ring so you can cut Lyra out of the tape. Okay.
Yeah,
That would be awesome. That might be a little fucked up, but it's like Hornswoggle runs out.
I'm here.
That'd be funny. Irish pride. No, that's kind of fucked up. Um, but no, keep going. My bad.
I just really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people were saying that it's a boring match and it went on too long, that it was just botchy and they did terrible. I don't really see that. I thought it was fine. They may have had a couple botches, but not enough to ruin the match for me. There is one spot though that like it was brutal. It was fucking brutal, man. There's two spots actually. There's two. The first one is that Lyra jumps onto the barricade and flops back onto Becky, and the way she lands on her fucking chest is so violent. I was like, oh. And then there's a moment where Lyra flies out of nowhere and puts Becky through
Yes,
a table, and I thought that was brutal as fuck too. Like it made me wince. I was like, oh shit.
that
So those were
that
two
was
really,
awesome.
yeah, yeah, those are two really brutal spots.
I was thinking, like, at that part where she goes flying through the air, it's like, there goes my hero. Right. Because, like, it was a crazy spot, too, because the last time we saw Lyra, she was, like, about to die. She was, like, tied down. She had those chairs on her where she was, like, trapped to the chair. She looked paralyzed, dude. Like, she was selling really good. She looked paralyzed, stuck in this chair trap. And Becky has this crowbar, and it looked like she was about to execute Lyra in front of everybody and murder. I'm like, oh my god, I feel uncomfortable. I feel sad. I feel angry. This is fucked up. I'm like, man, this match is good. Like, this is insane. What is happening? But my bad. Anything else you want to say?
Oh no, I just loved it, man. What was your thoughts on it?
Oh, I really enjoyed this match. Yes, it has two glaring problems, aka the ending and the zip ties. but I can still have fun with this match. This match started out with a kendo stick versus crowbar
Yeah.
battle where Lyra fucking breaks the kendo stick. And I love that. You tried to kill me. You tried to kill
Great.
me. I love it. I love Becky. Becky. Oh my god, Becky's
It's like
heel turn
Becky
is
was
so good.
offended that she would even try to murder her, like she's royalty. Like, how dare you? You're not even worthy to try and kill me.
She's a fucking character. I love how Naomi also said in her match, "You can't kill me. You can't kill me." Like, can't try
Yeah,
to kill me.
Naomi does
But
that too.
it's like Becky was just better because Lyra literally tried to kill her. Like it
Literally,
was
yeah. I was like,
real.
oh shit, crowbar? You gonna concuss her?
It was real. And man, these two just had a clinic. We had fire extinguishers. They pulled out all the stops. So in the last match, they're like, well, I guess we gotta do some dumb shit because they already did all the good stuff we could do. That's what I feel. Because you had zip ties, you had chairs, you had kendo sticks, you had almost murder twice. Like they tried to murder each other twice, but not in like a gross way, like in a fun, like fake way with like crowbars and stuff, and they didn't really hit each other. But not in like we're gonna pull out a knife and stab you like a New Jack way. It was like a fun scripted way. Um, we had like zip ties. And yes, the zip ties coming off was bad, but and I know people would probably be like, "Well, Lyra should have improvised." And I'm like, here's my two things. One, she might have gotten in trouble if she did that. And it's a freak accident. Everybody's saying it's a botch. It's zip ties. How the fuck are you supposed to control that? And she was doing a crazy ass spot where she had Becky stuck in between the zip ties because I think that's about the time it happened. So it's like how something's gonna go wrong. It's zip ties. You can't really count fully on zip. I mean, Lyra did her best with what she was given. And two, they're not trained to improvise. On the indies they are, but in the WWE and NXT they drain into these people, follow the script. So Lyra was just doing what she was told. Now, yes, a better person wrestler probably would have improvised, but I'm not saying Lyra's a bad wrestler. It's just how they're trained nowadays, and how that she might have been punished if she went without the zip ties, because a lot of that match was dependent on the zip ties. They just lost half the match if she improvised. So I'm just saying, give Lyra some slack. It was an accident. I don't get
Yeah,
why everybody's so mad. It was Did it take me out? Yes. Is the match not as good because of it? Yes. But it was an accident. It's not Lyra's fault. Why are we getting so mad at Lyra? I don't understand.
yeah. I mean, it happens. It's happened before. There's been so many botches. I mean, I remember the botch where Roman was handcuffed to something that Kevin handcuffed him to, and Roman like punched Kevin or knocked him out or something, and it took Paul Heyman like at least a minute or two to get the handcuffs like unlocked to get back to the ring, and it just happens. Sometimes you can't control that when it comes to using stuff like tape and handcuffs and zip ties.
Yeah.
Sometimes botches happen.
Yeah, but I
It
love
did
the
affect the match
emotion.
though, because I was looking at it and I'm like, oh man, why'd you put your
Yeah.
hand in it though? That's my only thing with Lyra. I'm like, why
Yeah.
would you put your hand back in? Like, you
She got
slipped
scared,
out.
man. She
Yeah,
got
you slipped
scared.
out and just don't put your hand back in.
What I
That's
would have
so
what I would have
fake.
done is have her slip out and then have Becky somehow get them back on.
Exactly. Make it real. Don't put your hand back in the zip tie. Like, that
She got
ruined it.
she got scared, dude. She got scared. That's
Her
that's
hand
what
popping
happened.
out of it didn't ruin it. Her hand going back in the zip tie is what
Yeah,
ruined
no,
it.
that's exactly what ruined it, is her putting her hand back in. But again, I don't think it ruined the match completely. There was still a lot of fun moments. I actually liked the stuff with Bayley. I just wish it didn't lead to the finish. But I like the stuff before that, because where Becky is about to kill Lyra in this weird, like you said, she's shaking, and it's like, what the fuck am I watching? And then
Yeah.
Bayley comes out and she's like, what are you doing? And then Becky's like,
I'm
it should
like,
have been
Bailey, what
us.
the fuck are you doing here? Oh yeah, she did attack you at WrestleMania.
Yeah. And Becky's like, it could have been us, but she got in the way. It should be us. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And Bailey has the crowbar, and I'm like, is Bailey gonna murder Lyra? Like, what the? I'm like, God damn it, Lyra,
I
wake
think
up, don't die.
they might turn Bailey heel again. I think they're gonna turn Bailey heel, and they might even have Bailey join Becky. We'll see, but
Yeah,
I have a
but
feeling. I don't think they're gonna turn Lyra heel. I don't think Lyra's
I
gonna
don't
be a
want.
good heel at all. Look, bro, her voice. Look, I cannot picture her voice doing like villainous promos because the thing is, when she starts screaming, her voice gets so high pitched. She starts sounding like this. I would have kicked your ass, Becky, and I'm like, look, if she is a villain, I cannot take her serious. So to me, there's no way she's gonna be a heel. I just don't see Lyra as a heel. I
I
do see
hope
Bailey
not.
as a heel though.
Bailey works as a heel, and I thought Becky and Bailey had a good little fight. I loved the part where Lyra comes flying through the air. This match was all good, besides the zip tie shit. But I even like the hitting of the cameraman. I thought that was funny, and I like how Lyra
That was yeah,
apologized,
that was
like a
funny.
good baby face should.
But a lot of people
People,
didn't like that. They were like, "Oh, that's why would they break character and do that?"
she didn't. That's what Lyra would do. Lyra's a
Dude,
good
people hate her
person.
now. People hate Lyra now.
People don't. How? It's in character. If EO did the same thing, you wouldn't get mad at EO. Just say. If EO did the same shit, just say. Because it would fit for EO too. Now, okay, I would understand if it was um, Naomi doing it, like a heel doing it. But it's Lyra. Lyra can get away with it. It's fine. She's a babyface. What babyfaces do. But yeah, the ending with Bailey hitting Lyra, that was kind of dumb. I didn't like that. I think that kind of was the kind of down of this match because it was so good at building up Lyra. Like this match was so good as building her up as the superhero that was going to finally defeat the evil Karen that is Becky Lynch, and it was doing so good. And then Bailey had to roll up and punch her in the face. And I'm
It
like,
just
Bailey,
didn't
you
work. It
yeah,
didn't
if
work.
Bailey just stayed out of it after that after her little part where she got thrown into the fans, and then Lyra won on her own, and then maybe Bailey came up and helped her, like held her up and stuff, and raised her hand, fine. But no, Bailey had to get involved and be like, "I'm gonna punch Lyra in the face," and it's like, oh god. And
Yeah, it really
Becky's like,
messed
"I
with
gotta
me.
hold the title so me and Nikki Bella can fight." It's like, why?
Yeah, the ending could have been so much better. Bailey, I wouldn't even have put Bailey in this match. Like, I just feel like you could have saved so much for that down the road. And I agree with you. Even though there's some shit in it that I was like, what the
Uh,
fuck? Like, especially the zip tie shit. I was like, why'd you put your hand back in the zip tie? But other than like that stuff, like I didn't hate this. I thought it was a fun match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun
you,
little street fight.
You know what they could have done instead of Bailey and still keep the almost murdering moment? Is
Hmm.
they could have had Lyra's boyfriend, who's been being brought up the whole time, distract Bailey. Maybe not get involved because he's not on the payroll, but distract Bailey.
Or Becky.
Or Becky, my bad. Not, yeah, fuck. All these B names.
I was
Becky,
like,
my
hold
bad.
up, we're bringing the boyfriend into this story now.
Yeah, no, the boyfriend distracts Becky, not Bailey, and that gives Lyra enough time to get back up.
Yeah,
Because wait, something needed to start. Because I love that moment when she's about to kill her, but I'm like, she can't just murder Lyra. That would be terrible. That would be a
hmm
snuff film. Like we can't just. We need some sort of distraction. That's why I was fine with Bailey until Bailey punched Lyra in the face. But I'm like,
yeah,
maybe we
man.
could have done something else.
Out of all the big matches, this is the one that people hated the most. And I'll be honest, there's a
I
match.
liked it.
The main event to me is more offensive than this match. Like the main event kind of got a pass from most people, and I'm like, y'all were fine with that, but hated this. Like I have less problems with this. To me, this is still a fun, entertaining street fight, and it's a better representation of a hardcore match than what we get later on. But Yeah, I don't know why
This is the
everybody
best
hated this
match
match
they've
so much.
had.
Yeah, it's just shocking to me that a lot of people just hated this match, and I don't know, I don't get it, man. I thought it was really good. I thought it was entertaining. I enjoyed it.
It was emotional. It was fun. It had both good wrestling moments and good weapon moments. So it had good spots and it had some decent wrestling in there too. Which in hardcore matches, sometimes they don't do that, but I like how they did wrestling in here as well. So you had a little bit. Lyra got to do a couple moves. You had a fun plot with the zip ties. Yes, it got fucked up. Yes, it was a takeout. But look, I watch B movies where you can see the strings. This
Mhm.
didn't. This match was so good it didn't hurt. Now there's other matches where I do get taken out. This match I got taken out, but I can still go back and rewatch this match and maybe close my eyes when she's taking her hand out of the zip tie, and then open them
Yeah,
again and be like, I didn't
open and
see
edit
that.
that
Yeah,
out. See, they edit everything. They edit all this stuff. They need to edit that out of the final
yeah.
cut.
They edit Mickey James doing the lesbian sign. Why can't they just edit that out? That's like a real botch.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, we got to move on to two matches that are literally the definition of I don't give a fuck. First match we got to talk about is the United States Championship match. Steel Cage, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu. I don't care about this fucking match. This rivalry should be so much better than this. And this match could have been so much better. There's so much potential. There's so much money in Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu having a rivalry. But they keep doing the same lazy booking always, all the time. My family tree. No one cares. I fucking hate this team. I just don't know why Solo can't go solo. Why can't he be by himself? This man is doing decent work on the mic,
Oh,
decent work in the ring. Fucking hate
did,
the whole my family tree shit. It's so annoying. This match was
did you
just
hear
so
what he
annoying.
said?
Uh-uh.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Solo said in an interview, and hopefully it's not real, but Solo's like, yeah, me and Roman's rivalry is far from over. You know, I guess the family trees are going to feud with Roman's bloodline again.
Oh no.
He's like, we're
Oh
not done with
no.
Roman.
This is terrible. This is a travesty.
Jacob's probably going to be involved, and Godzilla's probably going to be involved if he gets there eventually. And Haktui Man, and maybe Tonga Chihuahua Lola will come back. You can team up with Bacha Lola. Oh God,
I absolutely do not care about this shit. I think they're just bringing in too many people into the storyline, and they don't
they're not
have
even
any kind of
Samoans.
like and they're it's just not good. I don't care about them. I don't care about Corn Cob Man. I don't care about Haktui Man. I don't care about these jobbers. They are jobbers. The only reason they're not on NXT is because of who they are either related to or who they're being portrayed to be related to. And it's
Or
like,
they look a bit Samoan coming into this team. It's like
yeah,
I
and like,
thought we were past that.
dude, it's my worst nightmare come to life because I had a feeling they were gonna do this, but it's just fuck, man. I just don't like it. It's shitty. Jacob Fatu and Solo didn't even have that good of a match. And I feel like it could have been better. It just had so much potential. And this rivalry has potential, but this is garbage. I did not enjoy this match whatsoever, personally.
I don't think they know how to do steel cage matches anymore. From what I've seen, maybe I just haven't seen a good modern steel cage match. But and there has been some decent ones, but it's just I feel like most of it's open the door, which I know they did that back in the day too, but it just I feel like nobody really wants to climb anymore. I mean, Fatu climbed a bit. Yes, they had one with Solo climbing, but then you had the family trees climb. I'm like, what's the point of a steel cage if they can just climb the steel? Like, what's the point of this match? They barely used the cage. They wrestled for like a couple minutes, and then the fucking family trees come out, and then Jimmy's like, I'm here too, and I'm like, poor Jimmy, getting demoted to just being Jacob Fatu's sidekick,
Yeah.
running around, fucking doing his dumb shit, and it's just, it's just sad. It's just this could have been cool. These were like two beasts in a cage. And then we got maybe a couple moves, and then most of it was like, oh, they're climbing the cage. Oh my god, they handcuffed Jacob Fatu to the top of the cage. And it's like, I don't fucking care. And then, look,
he
he
ripped the
broke
fucking handcuffs off like he's an
Yeah,
Incredible Hulk.
I get they're trying to show he's a beast, but at this point, I just don't care because I'm just seeing fucking Hikaleo, you know, whatever, all these guys, three guys trying to take down two guys, and they can't even do it. Four guys trying to take down two guys, and they can't do it. And then at the end, I guess it was fun. Jacob Fatu got to kill everybody, but I don't know. It was kind of, it was like one of the lamest.
Ending though, because they always do the same ending to these cage matches where, somebody's about to go out, slam the cage in his face, and then the bad guy wins. Although in this instance, the botch was that they both got hit in the face by the cage, because the Haktui man, he slammed the cage into Solo and Jacob's face, but Solo crawled out and he was just holding his head, and I'm like, man, that's a shitty way to end that match.
You should have just had fucking one of the family trees pull you out.
Exactly, but Haktui man was too busy going, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, help your dude, you just concussed your fucking supposed family member.
I agree with you. They should have just made them like the 3 or 4 Stooges at this point, because they are not. I can't take them seriously. Solo should be trying to run the serious thing, but they're all like, they all have like problems.
Haktui man was like, yeah, you just concussed the guy you're supposed to help him. What a shitty match, man.
Yeah, it's probably, I think it's even, because at least Karrion Kross and Sammy had like 1 or 2 entertaining moments. This was some of the saddest shit I've ever, this was so bland. And it's a Jacob Fatu match. It was some of the blandest shit I've ever, there was nothing to this, unless you like seeing Jacob beat a bunch of people up, but it didn't feel earned. It felt stupid. The match felt like it was wasted, because most of the match was just what was happening outside of the cage and not in the cage. So I'm like, why wasn't this just a regular match then? Why was this a cage match? Because I'm like, oh, it's a cage match, so the MFTs can't get involved. Oh, they're climbing the cage. Okay. They can get involved. What's about? And then half the time, the camera stopped filming what was going on inside the cage, and they started filming the family trees fighting just Jimmy Uso on his own. And I'm like, well, this is not what I was told I was going to see. And Jimmy Uso's just like, super kick! And he's trying, and I like Jimmy, but he's trying, and then they throw him over a table, and then he comes back, and he's like, super kick! And I'm like, God damn it. I thought there was going to be no super kicks in this match, but fucking Jimmy Uso has to be here. No offense, I like Jimmy Uso. But it's like, just...
gotta be a super kick in here somewhere.
It's just so bland. I mean, they used the cage like once,
but
there's
made me tired. How'd this match make me tired? This match afterwards made me doze off, but this match made me tired, and I was just laying there. I'm just like, okay, when's this match going to be over? When's it going to be over?
At least the match afterwards had some technically good moments. I just feel like these 2 matches could have been good, but the problem is, one, this match didn't try, and the other match tried being something it should not have been. If you agree with me.
Yeah.
This match didn't try, and the other match tried being another match. And we'll get into that. But yeah, this match just, I felt like they didn't try. They're just like, bring out the dumb squad. It's like, I don't know. I get it makes sense they're involved, but could they just be involved in the very ending? Did half the match have to be about them? Because most of the match was them. And I'm like, at least they'll stay on the outside, right? And then they're like, oh, Tonga Loa is climbing the cage. And I'm like, why is he climbing the cage? And they're like, look, they're all climbing except for Jeff Cobb because he's too fat. No, actually, Jeff Cobb climbed. He's not too. No, he climbed.
Dude, they should have had Jeff Cobb just fall on the outside. That's just his whole thing. Is he keeps tripping over the steps. I'm gonna see it. Oh.
Yeah.
Something entertaining at least, man. This match was garbage.
It was a
Absolute
nothing
garbage.
burger. It was the equivalent of a nothing burger. It gave you nothing. Besides, if you like the ending where Jacob Fatu got to destroy a bunch of people, which I guess is kind of entertaining. But at that point, I was just mad at everybody. And it's not Jacob's fault, but I'm kind of mad at you. I'm like, why are you letting this happen? Jacob, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Solo, what's the point anymore, man? What's the point?
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing, man? There's just nothing here.
Yeah, I can't get mad at the minions. They're just happy to be there.
They just have jobs.
Yeah, they just have jobs and they get to do things.
Although, if you made them a comedy act, I swear to you, they'd be more over.
Yeah.
And so that match wasn't very good. Moving on to the next match, we got the Intercontinental, this goddamn fucking pre-match fucking shit. Intercontinental Championship match, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. This is the first AJ Styles match in a long time where I'm just saying this match just fucking sucks. Like, it's boring. I fell asleep like right in the middle of it, and I woke up. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm trying to keep my eyes open and I'm watching. And the Eddie Guerrero shit was just getting old real quick. Because this was in memory of the custody match? The ladder match?
The 20-year anniversary of the custody ladder match. It was supposed to be like a tribute to that. But everybody just did tributes to Eddie Guerrero and not Rey. And it was not a ladder match. And they were paying tribute to a WrestleMania match that did not have Rey Mysterio in it.
Exactly. Both people
but my bad.
were homaging Eddie Guerrero.
Because he's dead.
No respect
That's
for
why
Rey.
they did it. Because Rey's not dead. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean.
I'm so tired of it because I love Eddie Guerrero too, but it feels like every single time these storylines, like most of the time, it's we gotta disrespect Eddie or we gotta bring up Eddie and we gotta have Eddie involved. Some like Eddie's, like attire or
Look,
just like they lean on the Eddie stuff too much sometimes.
Dom, it's fine for Dom to be doing the Eddie stuff, but I don't think AJ should have. Dom looks kind of like Eddie. He has the whole connection to Eddie. That's fine. That makes sense. AJ was just kind of weird.
His tights threw me off because I'm like looking like that is so wild. Why is he dressed like that? And then they're like, oh, it's a memory of Eddie Guerrero. I'm like, oh, I guess I kind of see it, but he just doesn't. It doesn't work in a weird way. It doesn't fit. It was so off-putting to see him in the attire. Yeah. It's like, why isn't he at least tributing Rey a little bit? Because there was a guy named Rey Mysterio involved in this match too. It's just strange, man. It's weird. It's just boring, bro. I fell asleep and I woke up, and then the shitty ass ending happened where AJ loosened Dominic's boot for a spot, and I'm like, the fuck was this ending? All Dominic did was boop him over the head with the boot, and then frog splash and win. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. This match is trash, man. Pre-show bullshit, man.
I feel like what should have happened is Dominic should have wore shoes, and then Dominic loosens the shoes, because Dominic did loosen the boot a bit, but the problem was a boot's not a shoe. That's a long boot. That's gonna. So instead of it just kind of, and I think what Eddie did was he kind of loosened his foot out of it too while it was happening. He could kind of loosen his foot so he could just kick it off into Kurt's hands. In this spot, AJ, when he's supposed to be doing his submission hold, he's literally trying to pull the boot off. Yeah. He's literally taking 20 minutes to pull this fucking boot off. And the announcers, God bless them, are sitting there like, look, Dominic, he tried to keep the hold on, but Dominic slid out of the boot. I'm like, no, he was ripping at the boot. I could see that blatantly. I think that's worse botched than the Lyra shit. The Lyra shit was at least an accident out of fear. AJ, when the camera's straight on him, zooming in, like you can see clearly what's happening. There's no hiding this shit. AJ sitting there like, I'm trying to get the boot off. He's ripping at this boot. And I'm like, this is dumb. At least the Free Amigo shit and the other shit was kind of good. Like, there was good parts of this match, but then it was like, the ending was terrible.
Yeah, man, it was a terrible ending. And just a forgettable match. And I just didn't care. I didn't give any fucks. I don't care about Dominic's title reign. I don't care about him and AJ's rivalry. I just think it's just boring. And
it could have been good.
Yeah. And why was this on this show? This feels like a TV match. This feels like something I could have watched on Raw. I don't know why it was on this show.
Because they wanted to pay tribute to Eddie and the ladder match, but they did not have a ladder match. They gave no tribute to Ray, and they paid tribute to a WrestleMania. You know what's the best part of the match was the chair spot. We gotta talk. Did you see the chair spot, or were you asleep?
I did see that. I thought that was pretty clever.
That was great. That was one of the best parts of the match, is when they both do the Eddie Guerrero. See, that's how you pay homage. I was fine with that. If that was the only bit of homage they did, and maybe Dom does the Free Amigos, that would have been fine. That was great. I will say that was a great part. I love that. But yeah, no, just the boot ripping really took. I think it was worse than like I said, the zip ties. I think it was like, because AJ's a pro. AJ's a pro, and I guess he's working with what he's given, but damn, did that look terrible. Damn, it looks so bad.
It's fake. It looks so
with
fake.
Capital F.
Yeah, this match wasn't very good, man. And it doesn't get any better from here. Because then we got to talk about the main event. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena in a street fight for the WWE title. And they fucked up the John Cena run. We all know that. They fucked it up beyond belief. John Cena now is magically a good guy again. R-Truth is magically back. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? You can't write anything better than, oh, John Cena and him have a backstage segment where they act like they're the same person. And then they're like, John Cena's like, no, you were the one that did all the bad stuff, R-Truth. And then R-Truth is like, huh? And then John Cena walks off. R-Truth is like, oh my God, it wasn't me. It was like, what the fuck was that? And somebody
so John Cena being a good guy means he gaslights people now.
Exactly. He's like, I didn't do that. You did, R-Truth. And then Truth was like, I did. Because they do the whole mirror thing where John Cena holds up his hand and R-Truth holds up his hand. You know, they turn their heads and they mirror each other. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I know somebody did a meme where it was like the Men in Black show up and do the whole memory wipe thing from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yes, dude, that's what it feels like. They just fucked it up. So now they're like, no, don't think about anything we just did for months. They're both back to their normal selves again for no reason. And I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, John Cena going into this, supposedly he was a good guy again. I didn't like this match. I thought it started out well, and I do want to say one thing. Even though I don't like this match, John Cena is not the problem with it. John Cena did really good in this match, and he took a lot of really crazy bumps that made me gain a lot of respect for him. John Cena is not the problem. I think it's more Cody that I have the problem with in this match than John Cena, because I feel like Cody could have controlled the match a bit more and could have brung a bit more to the table. I think it was Cody that disappointed me in this match. And ultimately, it was just a poor street fight. I think calling it a street fight is an insult to the street fight match type. Because to me, if you're gonna have a street fight, you got to have more than just, oh, they're brawling out in the crowd, and maybe a few, like a handful of hardcore spots, like a handful, and then there's a weird spot where they go under the stage and they ride the wall, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that, because
I feel like
it's
that could have
stupid, but it's
worked.
entertainingly stupid.
I feel like that could have worked, but I feel like for that to work, you had to pump in sound effects from under the ring.
Yeah,
Like you had to. I don't know. That yeah.
somebody
Keep
should
going
meme
about
that
that.
and put the final countdown as they're rising up. I just think it was silly. And then like the ending of the match where they take the bottom rope off and they use it as a weapon. It looks fake as fuck. It looks fake as fuck. Cody hitting, was it John Cena or Cody hitting the other over the, I can't remember who hit who over the head, but it looked fake. It looked really fake, and I didn't like this match. And then they had to fucking add the shit cherry on top. You remember how the main event was on night one? This is the opposite, where the match wasn't that good. It had a terrible ending that looked fake as fuck. And then they had Brock Lesnar come out. The man, yeah, the guy on that human sex trafficking case that's still under investigation, that he could or could not be guilty, even though his name is on text messages and stuff, and it's obviously Brock Lesnar. You're going to fire all these other people when they get accusations against them with no evidence, but with the case where he's still actively being investigated by the police as a suspect in this case, you bring back Brock Lesnar. Number one, I'm not even a big Brock Lesnar fan. I was a fan only. I only really liked Brock Lesnar one time, and that was when he did the babyface Cowboy Brock gimmick for the first time. I thought it was a lot of fun. But now, and in anything before that, I was never really a big fan of Brock anyways. I did not want to see Brock Lesnar come back. I don't give a fuck that Brock Lesnar's back. And it's disgraceful that they brung back him when he has all this controversy going on and he's involved in a case where he wants, I don't know, he wants people to piss on him or something weird like that. It's just fucking crazy. And then H lying and saying that it was all John Cena's idea. And then John Cena would be like, no, it wasn't. And then he's like, well, it was all Brock Lesnar's idea. So it's just all fucked up. And yeah, what a fucking clusterfuck of an ending. And then what a trash way to end SummerSlam, in my opinion. I didn't like it at all. But what's your thoughts, Trinchi?
Oh yeah, although I've been treating that. I've been trying to be positive. I didn't say I hated any. Well, I did hate the solo and the carry and cross one. Those are like the matches I probably hated. The other match is fine. They're just kind of, I feel nothing. They're kind of meh. This match, controversial opinion. I had fun with it. I thought it was enjoyable. Was it great? No. Did it do too much? Yes. Was it incredibly stupid? Yes. And were they playing the Superman card with both of them too much? Yes, but I kind of saw that coming. I'm like, this is Superman versus Goku right now. That's how I see this match. This is what this is. We're just gonna get a lot of Super Cody, which doesn't work as good as Super Cena, and then we're gonna get a lot of Super Cena. But I was just happy that Cena was running around wrestling and taking bumps and not just sucking. I was just so happy that Cena wasn't sucking. Now, there was some weird moments, but at least they were kind of funny, weird moments.
What do you
And
think
there have
about
been...
him walking Cody down to the ring on his shoulders? Is he just to show how strong he is?
I kind of was... I'm like, John, because you could tell his back... He was screaming near the end. He's like, ah! I'm like, John, slow down. You don't... Look, I get you've been doing shit, but you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. Stop it. Stop it.
What is
Stop
there
doing...
left to prove?
Yeah. And then there's another, like, ripping apart the ropes. Like, the ring was, like, falling apart. I'm like, what is happening? But I was extremely entertained, probably for the wrong reasons. I do think this is a lower match, but it was like a bad movie, but it was entertain. Like, I couldn't take my... It was like a train wreck that I couldn't take my eyes off of. So I had fun with it. I don't know if it's a great match or if it's even a good match. I'll call it a good match. I had fun with it. I think if I had fun with it, then I can enjoy it. But I've seen better hard. I think Naomi and Jade probably had a better hardcore match. Their hardcore match had an explosion. Um, so yeah, Cena it was okay, and then Broccoli Leslie came out, and I was like, fuck you. I don't like him. I look. I appreciate his older stuff, but I've just never been a full fan. And now people are like, well, he's not involved. But then I swear, right after I heard somebody say, technically, Janelle Grant didn't name him and he's not involved, I saw a post, supposedly. Now, this could be fake, but I think it was from Janelle Grant's lawyer team. And they're like, we are really disappointed in WWE's actions. We will do all we can in court to expose we're gonna deliver all our evidence in court and do all the and they're like talking about the Brock Lesnar shit, and I'm like, well, they're about to expose Brock Lesnar in court, so good luck with that, WWE. And then Triple H is like, well, Brock Lesnar does whatever he wants, and I'm like, what a pussy. At least Vince would lie. At least Vince would lie and say and pretend to have control. What a pussy. You're acting like your character. You know, but yeah, no, I can't say I can't, but I had fun with this match. I can't lie, it was enjoyable for me. I liked it enough. It was better than the WrestleMania. I think I was just happy to see a non-crappy, like a non-like really slow, really bad Cena match. Even though this is like all the other Cena matches, we're gonna throw a bunch of shit at you. So I do recognize that, but at least it was kind of entertaining in a weird, uncanny valley type of way.
I mean, I'm glad you got entertainment out of it. I know a lot of people liked it. I wanted to, and I did like the first, I'd say 20 or so minutes of this match because it was actually good athletic wrestling, and it was pretty decent for what it was. Actually, in the beginning, my problem was like, oh, they spent all this time in the ring, and it's not that much of a street fight. And they started going to the outside and taking more bumps on the outside, but yeah, ironically, the first 20 minutes in the ring was better than anything else in the match because all they started doing was spamming finishers. And it's so lazy. I know that they did it in the past, but here it's like parody level. And there are people out there who are going to hate AEW that does that, and they do. They do spam, spam their finishers too. But you got to call it out here too. Like, it's just, I think it's lazy. I think that era is done, and like, that era of the only way we can have a good match is to spam finisher moves. I think it's so lazy. I think it's just lazy writing, and you have a match here. It's a pretty big deal that you could have had some good spots in that you did for the first 20 minutes or so, and then the rest of it is just kick out, kick out, kick out, kick out. Like Cody, it was ridiculous. This man got A on the outside, AA from the top rope, and kept kicking out. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It just took me out of it. Took me out of it. It's too much. And
he got date raped under the ring.
Yeah, like it just went too far, man. And it was just, I thought
or under the stage, I should say.
And once again, another example of like, oh, we got to throw everything at the screen so we can make people think they saw something. And it's like, let's just have them go out and just spam finisher moves for 20 minutes. Like, anybody can fucking do that. The fuck?
The crowd, I was laughing too, but I was more laughing because it was funny because we could see as the match went on, I'm like, Nate, this is fucking stupid. I'm laughing my ass off. And you're over here like, oh, God, make it end.
Oh, I was in hell, man. It was just like...
And I'm just laughing, having the time of my life. I'm like, I'm not even like really cheering. I'm just laughing my ass off.
Yeah, it was fucking garbage. Every AA that was done and every kick out, I was just like, it was so bad. It's so bad. It's so lazy. And it's sad to me that that's what they got to resort to in a main event for SummerSlam is like, let's just spam finishers. let's do some fake stuff with the ring ropes, and then let's have Brock fucking Lesnar come back at the very end. Like we needed that to happen. Like it wasn't shitty enough as it was, but we need to bring Brock fucking Lesnar back to be the shit cherry on top. It's just nuts, man.
And now
It's not a very good.
he's not even going to be involved probably till like he might be saved for Cena's last match because Cena's not even feuding with him right now. He's teaming up with Cody to fight Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Yeah, so you're not even going to see that rivalry continue for a while, which sucks. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, the Brock Lesnar shit I hate.
Yeah. But overall, I mean, I'd say SummerSlam is okay. Like, it had its good moments. It had its terrible moments. I think I'm going to give the show overall maybe a 6. I think best match of night 1 is definitely that main event. Worst match is Karrion versus Sammy. Night 2, best match is probably the triple threat. And then worst match is... Yeah, I fucking hate those last 3 so much. Maybe the LA Knight and Dominic Mysterio. Not LA. Did I say LA Knight? My bad. I'm sorry. Why did I say LA Knight? AJ Styles. Fuck. Sorry, guys. I'm getting tired. But AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio, I thought was probably the worst match of night 2. Even though the main event pissed me off, I absolutely didn't give a fuck for that AJ Styles match. I just fell asleep and I just did not give any fuck for it. What would you say is so you said that you had a ranking for the matches for SummerSlam?
Oh yeah, I had a ranking. I might change these around, but I think I'm gonna go. I thought about it. Probably gonna go Sammy and Cross in 12th place. Yeah. Jacob versus Solo in 11. Yeah. Jay versus Tiffany is 10 because I expected that to be not that great. So and Tiffany won. 9. I'm gonna have Roman and Jay versus Braun and Braun because I just didn't care. 8. I'm gonna have Cody and Cena. I had fun with it, but the Brock Lesnar shit kind of ruined it, and the match itself is a bit ridiculous. So I will say 7. Dom and AJ, for all its faults, it had like 1 or 2 good moments. So I can't really put because Jacob and Solo was nothing. Actually, I might put that last and Sammy and crossover because Jacob and Solo. I don't know. Those 2 go back and forth. Those 3 matches at the bottom are like, as fuck. 6 is the Charlotte and Alexa, good, solid, but not great. And then in my top 5, surprisingly, I have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew and Logan because that was awesome. Then I have Becky versus Lyra, my top 4. Suck it, haters. Number 3, I have Naomi versus Io versus Rhea. And then I got the TLC, and then I got Gunther versus CM Punk at number 1.
Nice ranking, man. Hell yeah.
Yep. But the triple threat and the Extreme Rule, I feel like if the Extreme Rules match was a bit better, that could have been like one of the best matches of the night. If it was just a tad bit better and had a better ending.
If you were to give a ranking out of 10, what would you give the show?
Oh, fuck. I usually don't do this without doing the math, but I guess I'll go with 7. Like maybe. I don't know if I want to put it above average because there was a lot of messed up. Maybe like a 6.5. Maybe.
Okay.
Because there's moments I really like the moments that hit, the moments that don't make me feel dead inside. So I don't know how that works, but yeah.
I feel you, man. Yeah, I'm sort of in the same boat, man. It's got its moments, it's got its good stuff, but it definitely had a lot of problems, and hopefully I mean, I don't even know if we'll be watching by next year, but hopefully they can be better by next year. But yeah, overall SummerSlam as a whole, it was decent. Could have been better though. But anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out this review on SummerSlam. Thank you so much for Trenchy for being here and helping me along because as
Oh,
you can tell, I'm fucking tired as fuck and I'm just sludging through this, but uh, did my best, y'all. Sorry, I had a little hiccup towards the end. I was like, LA Knight ain't even on this card.
yeah, well, dude, I was calling Bailey Becky and Becky Bailey, and yeah, no. But thank you for having me on, and thank you for letting me talk my nonsense and do my weird impressions and get mad and yell "fuck you" at the screen and make terrible, terrible jokes. So thank you for having me on, and sorry for destroying your show.
Oh, dude, no, you did excellent, man. You saved it, man. I would have been
I don't know
boring.
about that.
Fucking tired, y'all. Uh, I guess this match was okay. But yeah, anyways, man, thank you so much for being here, man. It was a pleasure having you on, and we'll definitely try to do some more of these down the road. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Hope you guys enjoyed, and your boy Grief is out of here. Later.
Stay frosty. Hopefully, Brock Lesnar doesn't show up in your bedroom tonight.
Yes, or your bathroom to collect your urine. But bye. Don't let the Brock Lesnar's bite.